How the Vizier killed himself in seclusion. After that, he shut the door for other 40 days, and then killed himself and escaped from his existence. When the people learned of his death, there came to pass at his grave the scene of the resurrection. So great a multitude gathered at his grave, tearing their hair, rending their garments in wild grief for him, that only God can reckon the number of them, Arabs and Turks and Greeks and Kurds. They put his graves, earth on their heads, they deemed anguish for him to be the remedy for themselves. During a month those multitudes over his grave made a way for blood from their eyes, shed tears of anguish. How the people of Jesus, on him be peace, asked the emirs, which one of you is the successor? After a month the people said, O chiefs, which of the emirs is designated in his place, that we may acknowledge him as our religious leader instead of him, the Vizier, and give our hands and skirts into his hand? Since the sun is gone and has branded us, left the brand of sorrow in our hearts, is not a lamp the only resource in his stead? Since union with the beloved has vanished from before our eyes, we must needs have a vicar as a memorial of him, i.e. one who will recall him to our memory. Since the rose is past and the garden ravaged, from whom shall we get the perfume of the rose? From rosewater. Inasmuch as God comes not into sight, these prophets are the vicars of God. Nay, I have said this wrongly, for if you suppose that the vicar and he who is represented by the vicar are two, such a thought, is bad, not good. Nay, they are two so long as you are a worshipper of form, but they have become one to him who has escaped from consciousness of form. When you look at the form, your eye is too, look at the eyes, light, which grew from the eye. 'Tis impossible to distinguish the light of the two eyes, when a man has cast his look upon their light. If 10 lamps are present in one place, each differs in form from another, to distinguish without any doubt the light of each, when you turn your face towards their light, is impossible. If you count 100 apples or 100 quinces, they do not remain 100, but become one, when you crush them together. In things spiritual there is no division and no numbers, in things spiritual there is no partition and no individuals. Sweet is the oneness of the friend with his friends, catch, and cling to, the foot of spirit. Form is headstrong. Make headstrong form waste away with tribulation, that beneath it you may descry unity, like a buried treasure, and if you waste it not away, his favors will waste it, oh, my heart is his vassal. He even showeth himself to our hearts, he seweth the tattered frock of the dervish. Simple were we and all one substance, we were all without head and without foot yonder. We were one substance, like the sun, we were knotless and pure, like water. When that goodly light took form, it became many in number like the shadows of a battlement. Raise ye the battlement with the manjanic, manganel, that difference may vanish from amidst this company of shadows. I would have explained this matter with eager contention, but I fear lest some weak mind may stumble. The points involved in it are sharp as a sword of steel. If you have not the shield of capacity to understand, turn back and flee. Do not come without shield against this adamant, keen blade, for the sword is not ashamed of cutting. For this cause I have put the sword in sheath, that none who misreads may read contrariwise, in a sense contrary to the true meaning of my words. We come, now, to complete the tale and speak of the loyalty of the multitude of the righteous, who rose up after the death of this leader, demanding a vicar in his place. The quarrel of the emirs concerning the succession. One of those emirs advanced and went before that loyal-minded people. Behold, said he, I am that man's vicar, I am the vicar of Jesus at the present time. Look, this scroll is my proof that after him the vicarate belongs to me. Another emir came forth from ambush, his pretension regarding the vicegerency was the same, he too produced a scroll from under his arm, so that in both emirs there arose the Jewish anger. The rest of the emirs, one after another, drawing swords of keen metal, each with a sword and a scroll in his hand, fell to combat like raging elephants. Hundreds of thousands of Christians were slain, so that there were mounds of severed heads, blood flowed, on left and right, like a torrent, mountains of this dust, of battle, rose in the air. The seeds of dissension which he, the Vizier, had sown had become a calamity, cause of destruction, to their heads. The walnuts, bodies, were broken, and those which had the kernel had, after being slain, a spirit pure and fair. Slaughter and death which befalls the bodily frame is like breaking pomegranates and apples, that which is sweet becomes pomegranate syrup, and that which is rotten is naught but noise, that which has reality is made manifest, after death, and that which is rotten is put to shame. Go, strive after reality, O worshipper of form, inasmuch as reality is the wing on form's body. Consort with the followers of reality, that you may both win the gift and be generous, in giving yourself up to God. Beyond dispute, in this body the spirit devoid of reality is even as a wooden sword in the sheath. Whilst it remains in the sheath, it is, apparently, valuable, but, when it has come forth it is an implement, only fit, for burning. Do not take a wooden sword into the battle. First see, whether your sword is a real one, in order that your plight may not be wretched. If it is made of wood, go, seek another, and if it is adamant, march forward joyously. The sword, of reality, is in the armory of the saints, to see, and associate with, them is for you, as precious as, the elixir. All the wise have said this same thing, the wise man is a, divine, mercy to created beings. If you would buy a pomegranate, buy it when it is, laughing, having its rind cleft open, so that its laughter, openness, may give information as to its seeds. Oh, blessed is its laughter, for through its mouth it shows the heart, like a pearl from the casket of the spirit. Unblessed was the laughter, openness, of the red anemone, from whose mouth appeared the blackness of its heart. The laughing pomegranate makes the garden laughing, gay and blooming companionship with holy men makes you one of the holy men. Though you be rock or marble, you will become a jewel when you reach the man of heart, the saint. Plant the love of the holy ones within your spirit, do not give your heart to aught, save to the love of them whose hearts are glad. Go not to the neighborhood of despair, there are hopes. Go not in the direction of darkness, there are suns. The heart leads you into the neighborhood of the men of heart, the saints, the body leads you into the prison of water and earth. Oh, give your heart food from, conversation with, one who is in accord with it, go, seek, spiritual, advancement from one who is advanced.